initially when I heard the rumors that he was coming, I was very confused. I was like, we have pieces here. We need to work with what we have. We just need better coaching. Why are we bringing in Josh Smith? I didn't think that his particular style of play is what Detroit basketball is all about. He's completely the counter positive to what we stand for here as far as a team atmosphere is concerned on the floor. Now, we were all concerned about how it was going to happen. Stan Van Gundy just made a decision, so I have to give him proper due because he made not a tough call, but a lot of coaches wouldn't necessarily eat that salary cap. Say, you know what? You're not working. I have to make a decision. This is the decision. That's it. So kudos to Stan Van Gundy. And the fact that they are on a roll is proof that he made the right call. Sometimes you have to eat a little crow just to get your reward. And 2 games out of 8th place, literally, you're talking about going from worst to climbing up the ladder here first. Now, the Eastern Conference, they're like John said earlier, every conference goes through some ebbs and flows. Eastern Conference in recent years has really been a little shaky. So the way I see it, the East is pretty much wide open outside of Atlanta, who's playing absolutely brilliantly. As far as those other 7 playoff spots, the way I see it is anybody's game. And if the Pistons continue to play at the level that they're playing at right now, I think that they have an amazing chance of actually making it to the playoffs, which is so welcome here in City Detroit. But the reason being is because Josh Smith was not a team player. I'm going to be honest. I'm going to just throw it out there. I'm just call it a spade a spade. He was not a team player. He was not involved and engulfed in the team atmosphere. He commanded too much and wasn't producing enough. He let his name and his quote-unquote star power try to command more playing time, more shots available, and he wasn't being productive. And it was causing a disruption in the offense. It was probably causing a disruption in the locker room because when you have a guy like that who just wants to jack up as many shots as he can, I'm like, dude, you 9, 6'10"? Like, come on, where's your post game? Where's your mid range? You're not a perimeter shooter like you think you are. Yet every time you see the guy, he's in the corner or he's at the top of the key or he's on the wing just trying to jack up threes. I'm like, come on, dude. His 3-point percentage was awful. His shooting percentage overall was terrible. And yet he continued to go with that style of play, which obviously wasn't working. Now, we have other pieces that everybody's seeing now that gel and work together as a team, as a unit. Everybody has their particular position. Everybody's playing their role, and they're playing team basketball. That is the staple of the Detroit Pistons. It's what it has always been. That's what it is now, and that's what it should be. We are not a team of superstars. We are a basketball team, and that's where you find success. And that's why they're having success right now. They're getting back to the fundamentals that made Detroit what it is, which is team basketball. Unselfish play, putting the team before individual stats, and being effective, both offensively and defensively. Those 4 things are what drive Detroit basketball, and we've gotten back to that. And I think if we continue to do that, man, you will find us in the postseason. I really do believe that.
Well, I think that, and this is more of a statement than a question, I really wish that more professional sports franchises would do what the Detroit Pistons did in this situation with a player like Smith, who clearly, as Speech mentioned, wasn't part of the team, wasn't buying into the team aspect, and was being somewhat selfish in that regard. Cut him loose. Cut him loose, send a message not only to the rest of the team, but to the rest of the league. Listen, if you're coming here as a free agent, you're going to get down with what we got going on here. And that's how you're going to have success. The Cleveland Browns did it this year with Ben Tate. Obviously not, a huge premier player, but he started to get a little bit, hot under the collar because he had these 2 rookie running backs taking touches away from him, and he thought that he was going to be the man because they picked him up in free agency. Well, they said, you know what? Beat it. We don't need you or your attitude. You want to be here? You're going to be here and play team ball. And he didn't want to do that, so they cut him. And I think that that's something that teams should start to look at. As an organization, as a business, if you've got somebody in your office who's not toeing the line, not down with the team aspect, and is causing issues within the office and detracting from the success that you could be having, they'll cut you loose in a heartbeat. And these sports franchises don't necessarily do that because of the money involved and the public perception and the talent that some of these guys have, or the perceived talent that some of these guys have. They're very hesitant to pull the trigger on a move like this. So I really commend the Pistons for this. I wish it happened more in professional sports when the situation dictates it. I'm not talking about, just lopping guys off because, they had a bad shooting night or maybe had a little altercation in the locker room with one of the other team members, whatever. I'm not talking about that stuff. I'm just saying this continued situations like Smith, where it's obvious to everybody looking from outside the locker room. We can see it from outside the locker room. Obviously, it's much, much worse inside the locker room within the organization. So, like I said, a statement more than a question, but I totally agree with you on what you were talking about there, Speech.
But definitely, John, to your point, I agree with you too. I want to see more of that for the simple fact that too many teams, they just give these guys whatever they want, and it's like, I don't understand it. I mean, if I was in the head office, or hell, if I was an owner, I would have to come down and I'm going to have to sit down. I'm going to talk to the guy and let him know, like, hey, I brought you here to do a job. You're not doing your job. Your job's on the line. Too many teams are afraid to tell these players that, you are an employee of the organization. Granted, you have this name and this star persona and this, air about you, but at the end of the day, I am paying you to do a job. You are not successfully doing that job, so you are in danger of losing it. Too many teams, like you said, John, are just scared to pull the trigger. I'm like, all these athletes out here, all these guys that are great players get overlooked because you want to have this quote-unquote superstar on your team. No, if you're not performing and you're not performing your job, you have to go. That's it. So, I agree with you 100%. And, like I said, I got to give credit to Stan Van Gundy. He made a tough call. He got a lot of criticism for it, but every single last one of his critics are now eating a lot of crow. I mean, the papers here, they tried to rip him a new one. And now they're all of them are literally speechless about what happened because he made an executive decision that was best for the team. The team, And like you said, dude, we need to see more of it in professional sports because I can get you a list of a few athletes right now that definitely need to go from their current jobs. Not bad athletes, but you're just not to sit in your particular city and team. You got to go somewhere else.
Yes, indeed, and that was our man, TrueSpeech. Speech, great job as always, my brother. We got to do it again real soon right here on the Bossman Show with John Beckler, my brother. But, bro, way to bring it as always.
Oh, absolutely, man. It's always a pleasure talking to you and John, man. I'm a sports fanatic from birth to the grave. So, every time I get a chance to get an opportunity to run my mouth about sports, man, I appreciate it. I appreciate both you guys having me on. And, it's always a pleasure. And whenever you need me to run my mouth about some sports, I'm down.
No doubt. We got your speed down. And coming up next, it's our man out of Las Vegas, Roche Jordan, a.k.a. In My Soul, the creator and writer of the Dallas Cowboy song we all love, but Cowboy Forever. But he got something else for us today. So we'll talk to him next right on the Bossman Show with John Beckler after the break.
Hip-hop fans, I got a great album for you. The debut album from Family Grind ENT, TrueSpeech and 313 Fresh. We're going to give you 2 discs, 33 songs of pure, genuine hip-hop. Album is available on iTunes, Amazon, Google Play, illstreetrex.com, and streaming live right now on Rhapsody, Beats Music, Spotify, Xbox Music, Slacker Radio, and SoundCloud. Check them out today, TrueSpeech and 313 Fresh, Family Grind ENT. Believe in it, get it. For all your photo, video, and voiceover needs, check out the fine folks at Blueberry Productions. They will take good care of you. If you don't believe me, you can see for yourself. Check out their work at blueberryproductions.tv, the Facebook page, Blueberry Productions, also a Vimeo page, a YouTube page, and it's Blueberry, BLUBERRY, Prod on Twitter. Check them out today. Blueberry Productions, great people, great work, great service.
Welcome back to the JR The Bossman Show with John Beckler. We're just joined by our man from Family Grind ENT, TrueSpeech, also co-hosts TrueSpeech Thursday with the JR The Bossman on the JR The Bossman Show on Thursdays. You know, we got my man now, my other boy, out of Las Vegas, creator of one of my favorite songs that represents my team, America's team, the Dallas Cowboys. I'm a Cowboy forever. It's my man in my soul on the line with us. What's good, soul?
What's up? Boss man.
Man, nothing much, man. I'm still a little bit sad and salty about Sunday, but I can't be too mad because I'm proud of my team and our team, because ultimately, if it wasn't for that call, we could have won that game. A DeMarco Murray fumble, we had a touchdown to won the game. So I know in my heart, if we did what we sort of do, we could have won that game without any problems. Now, not having a pass rush aside, because we had a pass rush all year long, came to bite us in the butt on Sunday. But overall, how do you feel about our team, America's team, the Dallas Cowboys, in their quest for number 6 in 2015?
You know what? I think we're on a good path. We're moving forward. The Cowboys are one of the youngest teams, and I believe we keep our coaches intact, we get our key players back, we'll make another run. I think we'll go further next time because they'll have that playoff experience this time and what it takes. Not those mental mistakes we made Sunday, which we still should have won the game. In the first half, we clearly looked like the best team. Second half, we got excited. DeMarco Murray, Murray's fumble kind of deflated us a little bit. Well, that was a clear touchdown right there. But we'll be okay. I don't even want to talk about the catch, man. I don't look at it like 3,000 different ways, and it's still a catch. It's still a catch, man, but hey, it is what it is. We'll do it next year.
Well, and I think that, there's no shame in losing to Aaron Rodgers and the Green Bay Packers at Lambeau Field, especially with it as well as the Cowboys played. And I think that, the team is definitely more mentally tough. And I think that that's a great point that you brought up, Sol, that, in the past, I don't think that, that team could have overcome having a few mental mistakes in a game or a turnover here or there.
Right.
And still had a chance to win at the end. And I think that that's kind of the difference. And that's what we've been able to gather through the course of the season and talking Cowboys with, men such as yourself and then some of the beat writers down in Dallas. And, that's the recurring theme that we hear is that the mental toughness of the team is much better this year. And hopefully they can carry that forward. Now, specifically this season, what was it to you, besides that mental toughness, that kind of brought it together and allowed the Cowboys to have that push for the NFC title game that they just fell short of?
I think you had a combination of a good line. We had a good offensive line. You had a mistake-free Tony Romo, which was amazing. And you committed to the running game. The running game was key, really key for us.
Yes, indeed. And folks, we're joined by In My Soul, creator of one of my favorite songs ever, I'm a Cowboy Forever. Check it out on YouTube. The video is killer and crazy. check it out. Now, so let me ask you this, man. Brandon Carr. We got some people we gotta resign.
Oh,
Brandon
man.
Carr.